A major Bengals update has come through. The Cincinnati rookie reveals the truth on why he has recently held out on practices. We're going to discuss what this means for the franchise and why there's such high hopes for this first round pick and if things are going to be worked out soon. Welcome to the jungle. I'm Isaac Coffman with Bengals Digest. So excited to see you join in on the discussion. If you don't want to miss a beat on all the news, all of the reports as they come out, smash that subscribe. Be sure you're up to date and join in on the discussion. We want to hear your thoughts on all the drama that we're hearing concerning Shemar Stewart, Trey Hendrickson, and the like. Feels like we're getting a lot of contract disputes, those types of things. We want to hear your thoughts, though. The recent one in the saga of Bengals contract talk has been Shemar Stewart. He has recently been holding out at practice, and many are wondering, what's the deal? He was just drafted, literally, this year, first round, and he's holding out. What is going on? The talk is there shouldn't be an issue when it comes to money, those types of things. Well, there's a lot of deeper meaning to that. Here's what he had to say when he was recently quoted. He said, "I'm not asking for anything crazy. I'm not even asking for nothing. I just want things to be consistent. I just want consistent language, as in the past contracts. I just won't practice until I get that." So there you go. Clear as day, there is something going on in the contract with the language. And I hate to say it, when it comes to the Bengals, I see their side. They are a business. They are going to try and excel, put their money as far as it's going to go. They just spent big contracts on Jamar Chase, on T. Higgins, but it just feels like they're cheaping out. It's frustrating as a fan. I'm just going to say I'm personally frustrated because this is something that, if you look at around the league, this is the only franchise that seems to have problems when it comes to practice. The reports are coming out that the issue that Stewart is having is that if he were to get injured or unable to play from practice, that would void his guaranteed money. And that's where I go back to this franchise with the Bengals. The frustration builds for whatever reason. The Bengals have a hard time getting over that guaranteed money. They're one of the few franchises that just will not give out those guaranteed contracts. I'm not saying you should just start handing out guaranteed contracts left and right, but when you know guys like Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, guys that you know you want to sign, why is there so much drama? We have to go back to Jamar Chase threatened to sit out or wasn't shown up at practices. There was that drama last year. It wasn't until this year that he was signed. So what is the deal that's going on with Stewart? It comes back to, again, there's something going on in the language from that quote. That just tells you right there, it's the same old Bengals. And you hate to say that. As a Bengals fan, you feel like they're starting to get over those narratives. For years and years, the Bengals have been the stereotype for this negative thought. And it feels like with Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor coming in, changing the culture, they were starting to get over that. I mean, you go with like playoff. For the longest time, the Bengals could not get a playoff win. What happens? Joe Burrow gets them their first playoff win. Zach Taylor gets them their first playoff win in over 30 years, since 1990. It felt like an eternity. They had the stereotype, again, of not paying their players. Okay, Jamar Chase, T. Higgins, Joe Burrow, they're getting these monster contracts. But now they're taking, it's like 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. That's the feeling. It's just, when does this end? When does this end? You know, can we get some consistency? I kind of side with Stewart a little bit on this. I think that if there's something in that language that he doesn't feel comfortable with, I mean, if it comes down to it, it's a business. You're going to go out there and you're going to give your all. You're going to push yourself. You are going to try and do what you can for the team. But then if that means you're not going to get a paycheck because you get injured, you're out for the season, that's going to cause concern. You kind of see Stewart's viewpoint if that is in fact what is going on here, and that's what it feels like. We kind of look at the Bengals' past when it comes to those guaranteed contracts. That seems to be their biggest hurdle that they are going over. So for Stewart to come out and say, "I'm not going to practice," it's a tough pill to swallow as a fan, because we've already got Trey Hendrickson and his drama, all of the things. It just seems like it's one thing after the other. But I will say, as a fan, I'm kind of taking Stewart's side on this, despite if you're thinking, okay, the players are asking too much money. They're being unreasonable. I hate to say it, but when it comes to Mike Brown, he has this reputation. And when it comes to those guaranteed contracts anyway, when is this going to end? I can't stress enough how frustrating this is, because right now, if you're talking they would work things out with Hendrickson, if they would work things out with Stewart, they would be on the practice field. I know we're talking it's May, but time flies. You let this stuff simmer. Before you know it, you're week 1 of the season. And all that time that you could have just got things taken care of, knocked out and out of the way, now it's too late. All that time wasted, you could have been building. Stewart has all of these physical skills, but he needs to be groomed into being that pass rusher. And that's kind of tying that one hand behind the back of Zach Taylor. If you want to get down to it, that's hindering his coaching ability and all aspects of it. Because here is someone that you just hired, Al Golden, a new defensive coordinator. They're going to have to adjust to that coaching scheme. As much as we've heard it's a more simple scheme compared to Lou Anarumo's, you still need that adjustment period. This is the time to do it. As early as this is, there's a reason they start practices so early. There's that time you need to gel with new players. Those rookies that are coming in and are going to be counted on, like Stewart. Stewart was a first-round pick. Whether or not Trey Hendrickson is here or not, they are counting on him to be an impact player. They've got to. Go back to our other video we discussed with Trey Hendrickson. He has been the only player on that defensive line, at least last year, that was really getting any pressure. So Stewart has got a lot of pressure on him, along with all those other guys on the defensive line. They need to step up. But to get to that point, you've got to take advantage of every single practice you got. So this is just a frustrating report. As a fan, you can't help but just think, why can't the Bengals get over that hurdle of guaranteed money? I don't know what the problem is, but it just seems like they're being very stingy about it. I'm hoping that the Bengals are going to be able to learn from this, because what's going to happen? Right now they have a good reputation with Joe Burrow, but it's becoming an obstacle. So what's going to happen when players start coming into Cincinnati? We're not going to see those star players that are attracted by Burrow. They're going to have that second guess. Am I going to get my guaranteed money? Am I going to get this contract? The Bengals need to view as we are an example. We want to continue this trend of bringing in talent, not losing it. So that's my concern. I really hope that this gets worked out. Hearing those comments is a little discouraging. Going back to, if you want to look at a silver lining, it is early. That is also the point. Again, here we are in May. Maybe this blows over, but right now you can't help but feel the frustration. Just get this straight. This isn't about a monster contract like Trey Hendrickson demanding possibly the 30 to 35 million and being far apart. This is about verbiage. This is about wording, getting that straight. Bengals just need to get it together. We really, as fans, we want to focus on what are these players doing on the field, not off the field, standing on the sideline and watching. We don't want to hear those kind of reports, especially your first round pick. When Stewart has a lot of high hopes, there's all of this excitement and buzz around him on what he can do when it comes to putting on the pressure, bringing that, something that has been lacking other than Trey Hendrickson on this Bengals defense. So what do you think? Do you think this is going to get worked out anytime soon? Are you as frustrated as I am when it comes to the Bengals just being the Bengals when it comes to contracts? We want to hear from you. So comment below. What do you think about this whole saga when it comes to Stewart, when it comes to even Hendrickson or other contracts? Let us know below. And again, if you are not already subscribed, be sure you smash that subscribe so you'll be up to date as all these reports, all these news come out. That'll do it for now, guys. Like we say, Uday.